What's happening, everybody? It's full-time trip, and we are back. The season has begun, and it has begun with a win. Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1 at the Emirates Stadium. The kickoff from a little bit of ticketing trouble to some squeaky bum time at the end. It was a crazy game. It was a lot to cover, a lot to get through, but we're here. It's the start of a new season, man. We back in the building, and of course, we're back with Stay Ghostin' and Timo. Too good. What's happening, gentlemen?
Oh man, new season vibes. I'm here, full of energy.
Yes, sir.
Excitement galore. It's just good to be back, as you guys can imagine. Long ass summer. We're still technically there. You know, we're heading towards the end of it now, but god damn, I've missed football. You know.
Big facts.
Honestly, bro, hearing everything, you know what I'm saying? The angel ringing out in the stadium, Declan Rice singing the angel, all the sounds, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing everything, hearing everything. The team is back. I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. And we started off well. Again, like 80%, 79, 80% possession on the game, 7 shots on target. We're dominating a lot of the ball, of course. Some really good goals that came from NKETIAH after some magic work from Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka with an absolute stunner to kick off the season. Some really, really good stuff. Some squeaky time, some squeaky bum time, of course, at the end with Awani getting a goal back. Real quick, just quick thoughts. I'm gonna start with you, Timo. Quick thoughts on the game, how you saw things.
Well, I mean, you said it very early on in regards to the possession stats. We were dominant early stages of the game. It really didn't look as if Nottingham Forest were going to really give us too much of a challenge. You could clearly see the way we were set up. It didn't look out like our regular, at least where we were last season. It didn't even look anything identical to what we were doing before. Shades of the City game in regards to how we were set up were really nice, and more importantly, you could see all 3 of the new signings really start to kind of come into their own as the game was, you know, getting by. Declan Rice was playing pretty well. Kieran Timber was untouchable, and Havertz was still trying to find good off the ball positions to kind of receive the ball in dangerous areas. So for me, we got off to a really good start. Possession wise, you know, we were 86% at the start of a game in any regards to 25 to 30 minutes.
It's cooking.
Kind of gives you a better insight into what we're trying to do, but more importantly, it's the positioning and the free flow change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was evident, especially with the positioning of PARTEY, who we thought was playing right back, but if you actually looked at the positions he was picking up the pitch, he was literally in the CDM role. So very dominant. Clearly you could see from the sort of goals that we were scoring, it, you know, and the end product still very much as it was last season. Martinelli's piece of skill. All I can say is that the guy's just constantly unlocking skill packages, and it's just a breath of fresh air, and just being able to see not only just what he was able to do attacking, but defensively was extraordinary today. Seeing how well all 3 of the new signings are now gelling into the system, and especially Timber, who just gives us a completely different dimension when moving forward. I can't really look at a fault in regards to where we're at right now, and it's very early stages, so it's good to see the great signs that we are seeing. And then obviously Starboy himself, you can't, there's just no denying what he's able to do now. I know a lot of people last season were saying how he's really adding that Robben-esque repertoire to his
off
game
that
now.
left hand. Listen, I'm sorry. Hey man, if Saka go ball for a little bit, I understand. I completely get it if you want to go ball for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because the little Robben, the little trait, the little Robben, little cut, it's forming. It's forming a little bit stronger than normal, bro. That finish was world class, bro. That was crazy. Crazy finish. As soon as he got that space, as soon as he got inside of the defender of Aina, it was wraps. It was wraps. The other 2 defenders in front of him couldn't stop that. That was crazy, bro. He's gonna be hitting that a lot more consistently this season, and his numbers, bro. I'm expecting big numbers from Saka this year, bro. I think he's gonna be a lot more explosive, and I think the way the system and the way the way we're gonna try and play is gonna enable him to get more centrally more often, which is I think where he needs to be to have that impact on goals and assists and just that contribution. So I love it. I love it. I love it. But G, real quick, I'm gonna slide to you. Again, go. Timo mentioned the new signings. Just give me a quick run through how you felt about the new signings. Baking in today, Havertz, Rice, and Jurriën Timber.
I'm happy with all of them. I'll be honest. Like Timber, it's unfortunate he came off because obviously he got a knock or whatever. But before that, I feel like he was playing really well, giving us a different dynamic to the team. I felt like Rice was doing really well of tracking back whilst also trying to be like an offensive threat as well, because he was trying to get that debut goal. Let's not lie. He was trying to make efforts to get that goal
he was
throughout the
hunting.
game.
Brody was
he
hunting.
was hunting for it, but he was also making sure like he plays within the team, doesn't do nothing outrageous. Wins them tackles in the midfield, and even slows down the play sometimes. Dictates the tempo. I feel like he done really well. And then as for Havertz, I feel like he was just certain times I feel like I don't know what it is. I feel like he wasn't being like detected by some of the players because he was making some good runs, but I feel like no one was spotting them or not really finding him. But one thing I'll give him credit for, like throughout like his whole time on the pitch, like even when he was playing like deep within the midfield, like he was constantly like pressing, running into channels, receiving the ball to help like players that were being like overwhelmed. Like he was doing a good job of like just roaming around the pitch and helping out. And I feel like he done really well on that left side with Martinelli as well.
Yeah. And I feel like it may be a little bit more nonchalant than people may see. You know what I'm saying? Like on the surface, it may look nonchalant. He's not running as crazy hard as you see him at certain points, but he gets in great positions. And especially towards the end of the game, there were some points where I feel like he helped relieve a lot of pressure for us, which was huge. So I think he's gonna come good. I just want, again, more ruthlessness on the striking. That's just like, hey, don't be afraid to take them shots. You see how Odegaard wasn't afraid to take them shots at certain points in the game when he saw position. There was like at least 2 or 3 good points in the game where Havertz could have came off the turn, just lashed one in or had an attempt, but he didn't. He chose to pass off and move it and keep moving around and trying to find another opening. Don't be afraid. That's my thing. Don't show fear to not take those shots. Shoot for it, man, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Definitely. But I will say as well, I do feel like Havertz was quite like selfless as well, because I feel like him playing the role that he was playing, it allowed like Martinelli to really like, obviously he always drives down the left side, but today like he was phenomenal. And I feel like it's a thing where he knows he can take a player on, and if it's not looking likely, he can literally just pass it back to Havertz, and then the play gets switched to another side, slow it down, do whatever. Like he has that safety net behind him.
True. I would have liked to see probably a little bit more like, I guess, close quarters link up between Martinelli and Havertz. I feel like most of the play ran down the right hand side. Again, going into that, if we want unpredictability, we got to try and forge more of something on that left hand side. But I think it's a growing game. It's a growing game. Stuff is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to grow. We're still testing things out. We had, again, Partey right back. We had people moving around all different positions. Rotations were going crazy. Like, there's a learning curve still here, and we're going to get there. But, it all comes in time. It all comes in time. And I feel like we're going to kick on really, really well, just cutting out some of the scary moments that we've had and being able to see games through. That's all I asked for. And you know what? It was a tough time today. We got through it, and it is what it is. But real quick, we got to make a quick run through these ratings. Last season, we be taking long as hell on these ratings, and most of it is my fault, so I apologize. But let's all right, we're still doing halves. We're still doing halves, but let's go through and let's talk about our player ratings. Let's start. I'll start Aaron Ramsdale and go. I'll give him a 7. Pretty much boxed a 7. It didn't have crazy amounts of things to do. I really think the goal that we conceded was just down to some superb movement and just the break of the situation. You can call it whatever you want. Havertz was holding his head. There may have needed to be a stoppage because of concussion protocol. Maybe. I'm not going to debate that, whatever, because we got the win. You know what I'm saying? We can do that in post. But Ramsdale didn't have much to do, when he needed to play it short, he played it short. Good to escape pressure. There was some really, really good passes out of the box, just short-term passes. He just looped it over to kickstart attacks. That was really, really smooth from him. So the riot news got him riled up. That's all I'm saying. The riot news might have got him, moving a little bit sharper. So I say
Definitely.
7, Ramsdale, and I'll throw it to Timo. We'll go Thomas Partey.
Boy, I feel like towards the end of last season, there was a lot of scrutiny going Partey's way because of the drop off, performance wise in the last few games. And I think going into this season, what we wanted, if we're not going to bring in another player, We needed Partey to be at his best. And considering we have rarely ever seen him play in that position or in that role, he didn't put too much of a foot wrong. I would say I'd probably give him a 7 also.
I can get that up. Yeah.
I feel like the only time there was like even like a slight lapse in concentration from Partey was when Morgan Gibbs-White was able to chink the ball past him.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, Saliba was there to recover. So I don't think from a defensive perspective he had a bad game. I think going forward he picked more or less the right passes. Combined well when drifting into midfield, combined well with Declan Rice and ØDEGAARD. Yeah, I don't think he put a foot wrong. So yeah, I'd say I'd give him a 7.
Fair. All right, Ghostin, Benny Blanco, Ben White.
Benny Blanco from centre back, he's gonna get an 8 from me. I feel like he done great today. And even that there was one point in the game, I don't know how he found himself on like the flanks of the pitch, but he ripped 2 players. They had to foul him. Bro dropped and I feel like offensively, he's gotten a lot better because last season it would just be like as plain and simple of like maybe Saka like dropping into the midfield a little bit, then he'll just do a straight line run, receive the ball and just whip it in, and then you just pray and hope that it finds someone. But I feel like now his attacking like movement is a lot better, his positioning to like help the team, and even he was playing from centre back and he was still like making them runs to like help on the flanks of the pitch as well. Like I feel like in transition of attack, he's like a very dangerous player to have on the pitch because he's very like technical. He can take players on. Like he's got good passing range as well. So for him, I'd give him an 8 because I feel like defensively, like he was solid as well. Him and Saliba are a solid pairing, but I feel like if you put any centre back in our team next to Buddy Saliba, they can perform well with him.
Hey, man, and let's get right to it, man. William Saliba, no long talk, 8.5. This guy, we missed him so much. Absolute Rolls Royce. Whatever center back you think is solid, he's that center back that's better than that. I need to let y'all know everything, duels, playing on his feet again, passing range, everything wonderful. We can talk about this more with Rice, but I'm telling you right now, defensive transition is going to be a problem if Declan Rice and William Saliba are in close proximity. It's a problem for the other team. It's a very much a problem. Fantastic today. So good to see him back and healthy and is kicking. Going to be absolutely crucial for our season. 8.5 standard. Rolls Royce, man. Rolls Royce settings. Easy. Timo, Jury and Timber.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of 7s. I think I'm actually going to give Jury and Timber a 7.5.
I'm with that.
I mean, obviously, we can't really do much in regards to the injury. It is unfortunate, and we're hoping it's nothing serious. Reports in regards to maybe a dead leg or something along those lines. That's fine. We'll be able to, monitor that closely. But if we have to just look at the dimension and the dynamic that he was able to cover in the pitch, it generally felt like we were playing with a DM that's playing left back or a CM that's playing left back, and his ability to kind of evade pressure, carry the ball is something that obviously we see a lot more with we see with Zinchenko, but I think it's in a completely different manner. It's not it gives us something different, and in terms of the structure of that midfield and allowing players like Martinelli a lot more license to kind of stay forward when needed, he didn't do a foot wrong. Very progressive player, very forward thinking, and on a couple of occasions it was, oh my god, how are we like 34 mil? Hello, like
listen, bro. Shout out to Ajax for that good business, baby. Shout out to that good business. I like it, man. Literally, man.
So, crazy stuff. Thing for me where I'm in awe of the fact that we were able to get him for such a decent price, and I can't wait to see like his career trajectory. And I know this is only just one game, but it's looking really nice in an Arsenal shirt right now.
Again. Yeah, but what we hope is I think it's likely just a dead leg or a slight knock. With this season's going to be big for him as well. He's so versatile, so good, man. I'm just sorry, he just fits this team like a glove. I can't wait to see him cook. We'll go the skipper today, Ghostin, Martin Odegaard.
tough, but it's not tough. Actually, you know what? I think Martin Odegaard, yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna give him. We're doing halves, right? You said.
Yeah, halves is cool.
Yep.
Halves is cool. That's fine.
I
think
might
I
get
know where he's
slandered
gonna
for
go
this
with this.
year, but I feel
Nah.
like yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're gonna
I'm
say.
gonna give him a 7.5.
Okay.
But remember, like 5 is average. 7.5 is like above average. Like it's a good
Yeah, no,
performance.
it's fair. It's fair.
I feel like he done his job that he always does for the team. Like he runs a lot, presses, link up play. I wish that he took more shots because he had a lot of opportunities
Yeah.
where he could have. But I feel like he's another selfless player. Like he probably won't. And I think even in interviews he said he enjoys getting assists a lot. So I feel like he's always looking for like a player to support. But I feel like offensively, like obviously, like I said, there's link up play, passing, all that stuff. But I just want him to take more shots because I feel like there was like 2 good opportunities for him to take a shot, and we could have got another goal from that, and that just like kills the game at that point.
Yeah.
That literally just kills the game. But I feel like he still was like a big character in the team, has always done his job. You can see him like pushing the players to like keep up the intensity, and done his job as captain.
To add on to that, I feel that probably his defensive contributions in this game were probably underrated or underappreciated, because I feel like at points where Forest were trying to mount attacks or they're looking like they're going to do something, he kind of tried to force the emphasis of actually getting a challenge early, and it gave the other players a bit more identity in trying to do so also. I feel that, of course, you want him to, contribute more in the attacking phase. And I feel to an extent, yes, I can agree with Ghostin that he should have probably taken a few more shots. But I feel that it's funny because he's not in it. I feel like the role he's in at the moment is kind of like he's still gelling with the 2 players behind him in Timber and Rice. So I feel there's going to be an element of also with Havertz as well. But I feel like it's a thing where when you've now got that identity that, okay, these new players are in, I may need to be a bit more reserved in regards to my attacking contributions so that things can kind of gel. Then we can see how things work. I think that's kind of where it's going with Odegaard at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, fair. All right, I'm gonna run to the new signing real quick. Declan Rice, I'm giving him a solid 8. When you talk about defensive presence, you talk about a physical presence on the pitch, bro. He exudes that. Like, again, from an athletic, physical standpoint, I can see the difference between him and Partey clearly. In times where we need that little bit of bite, that little bit of, hey, we need to let somebody know that we're there to shore up a lot of things that are happening. Like, Declan Rice is that guy. He's that guy. Like he is. Again, I said it before. I'll say it again. Him and Saliba in defensive transition is a problem, bro. And Declan Rice was much more than that, bro. Again, great passer. Again, great support defense. Again, just helping out across the pitch. Was getting very comfortable across a multitude of positions across the pitch. Again, was even getting involved. Really good takes. Unfortunately didn't score, but some really good takes he had. There was a save from Matt Turner. There was a volley that just went over as well. That Matt Turner put to his left, but he's gonna fit like a glove, and he's gonna have a fun time. We're gonna have a fun time watching Declan Rice, and I feel like the goal scoring opportunity is gonna be something we don't necessarily expect with him coming out from the 6. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see more of it. Solid 8 for me. Timo, real quick, Kai Havertz.
Hey, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Big facts.
I don't want to be harsh. I also feel that in order for me to kind of have a sense of honesty with how I've looked at it, I would say he probably gets a 7. I'm edging towards more of a 6.5, but I think the reason why
I would say 6.5, but that's fair.
The reason why I won't go 6.5 is because I feel that from a perspective of what that position like inherits and what the responsibility he has in that position, I feel like you said earlier on, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for him to adapt to it, but he's making all the right sort of off the ball movements. Maybe the Arsenal players, again, they're not there yet in regards to seeing the sort of positions he's picking up. But I think it'll be the same way it was for Xhaka, in terms of him getting used to that role. And we saw how well the end product of that worked out. And it's only a matter of time. In terms of like picking up the sort of attacking responsibilities he had today as well. I do think he combined well with the other players. I do feel that again. I agree with Trippin thinking that he could have got a few more shots off. I think there's a sense of hesitance when it comes to him in front of goal.
Don't be afraid, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be afraid. But what I will say is that towards the end of the game, where there was a lot more pressure on us to, close out the game, he was more of a calming presence in regards to keeping hold of the ball and like hold up and essentially being an option for the ball to be played route one if we needed to kind of escape some pressure. So that's why I think I'll give him a 7. Regularly, I would give him a 6.5, but I feel like that part of the game, we needed that.
Yeah, shorted it up. Yeah, I agree. So the words right out of my mouth. Fair. We'll run to Golston, Bukayo Saka, star boy.
Again, and this ain't just because people be giving him all this star boy talk, even though it's valid, definitely valid. But I'm gonna give him an 8.5 because he was phenomenal today. You can't score a goal like that, and get less than a 7.5 rating.
Facts.
That goal alone,
that's illegal.
That
illegal.
roosts the ratings. Like that's extra points right there, fam. That's interest points. Even serious with that one. And even like throughout the game, like just the way like he was attacking, like wait. Nottingham Forest defense, they had a long day with him on the pitch because it wasn't until the end when we saw him tracking back that we noticed like, he's getting tired because like the pace wasn't as explosive as before, but he was playing the full game, so it's to be expected. But defensively, offensively, he done great. He was a constant threat, and I feel like this season, like I feel like he's gonna do like even better than the last one because that goal is outrageous.
This is I think this is the season where he starts to get in that solid ballpark in terms of output. I feel like he has the capacity to, and again, the way our system is set up, I think that enables him to get more centrally, and that's where the goals and assists are for how we play. So I'm really excited to see him how he kicks on this year. Come on, man. You see that goal, son? Robben, just put the ball cap on one time, Saka. You can just put the ball cap on for 1 week. I'm pretty sure there's no regulation yet. I'm not sure if there's any regulation in the FA that says you cannot wear a ball cap into a match. Just put the ball cap on and just say what I'm saying? You Saka Robben, you know what I'm saying? Bukayo Robben. Just one time, just run out. And you be all right. But yeah, real quick. I'm gonna jump on real quick and give my man of the match 9.0. He's chilling right there. He's not Italian. My man is full-blooded Brazilian. That is Gabriel Martinelli. Stop playing with him, bro. He's coming for smoke, bro. After Caicedo done his ankle at the end of last season, bro, he became a demon. He became different. He knew the world. It's like gone during the Chimera Ant arc. If you watch anime, Hunter x Hunter, check it out. It's great. My man turned up. He not a little boy no more. He turned into a man. He's getting serious. The smile come off when the whistle go. You know what I'm saying? Like. Absolutely fantastic work on that first goal, bro. The roulette spin it got people moving all out move your body like a cyclone. Come on now, Damn. like Baby Bash that was playing in the stadium. Killer move. Work rate was fantastic. How many defensive recoveries? I think he led the entire match with the amount of defensive recoveries he had from a winger position.
Yep.
Absolutely tireless work. Fantastic stuff. Again, was just involved up and down. Showed a lot of variety in his skill, and again the skill moves and just attacking a player. The level of variety he's showing now gives me really, really positive signs. He's going to be even more of a handful to deal with this season. He knows he needs to expand his bag, and he's doing just that. That's my man of the match. He's breaking that Brazilian goal scoring record this year in the league. Stays healthy, he's breaking the record. No question to me.
I believe.
Yeah. I mean, to add on to that, I think we're actually looking at what he was able to do at one end of the pitch. Defensively, again, that is not something that we have seen from either him or Saka consistently under Arteta's reign. I think it's definitely room for the other players to kind of look at it and think, okay, if them two can do it, why can't we? And I think just being able to have that mentality of, you know what, last season, there may have been he could have looked at it for last season, there were a lot more goals coming down my side. Maybe that connection between him and Zinchenko cost them a bit. But he's already taken emphasis and just said, you know what, now I'm going to kind of be in control of what I'm doing defensively. Arteta's definitely had a word, and well, I mean, you can see from the result.
Yeah, he's on smoke,
defenders,
bro. He's on
you know.
smoke. Demonelli, bro. Demonelli's on route, bro.
is crazy.
Demonelli is coming through. Y'all better stop playing with him. That's all I know. and Timo, real quick, to round up the rest of the starters real quick. Eddie NKETIAH, goal scorer.
I think Eddie gets a 7.5.
I'm with that.
I think coming into this game, again, there'll always be a question of when Jesus doesn't play, who warrants a starting spot. A lot of people would have said Trossard, just based on how preseason went. We didn't really see too much of Eddie. But I do think it's a thing where Arteta trusts him. I think the players around him also trust him. There's never going to be that element of almost reservations in regards to trusting him in front of goal. And I mean, Martinelli, again, brilliant piece of skill, but you still have to have the player to put in the back of the net for you. And that's something that he was able to demonstrate quite well. Came deep a few times to help with the earlier transitions of play. Allowed space, took spaces out wide in order for players more centrally to run into more dangerous areas. Which again, I was a bit confused about early on, but then when I'd actually seen the whole picture, you kind of didn't understand, all right, cool. The way that players are able to rotate from position to position kind of comes from not just what goes on at the back, but also what goes on in front. So yeah, good goal, good performance, deserved rest. I think that's a 7.5.
Yeah, I agree, man. 100%. I can do a quick run through of the subs before I give G the last rating. Gabriel Magalhaes, he gets a solid 6 from me. Came in, helped shore things up. Tomiyasu gets a 6.5 for me because I feel like he tucked in really well when Jurrien Timber was down and out and subbed off. I think Tomiyasu had some really good stuff. Had just more confidence in game time, but he looked really solid when he came on. I was impressed with him, his return in that sense. Leandro Trossard, he gets a 7 for me. I'm sorry. Like every time he comes on, it's impact, bro. It's impact. It's either security, it's either no fear. It's just the intangibles and the tangible skills he comes with every time make a difference. So I absolutely love seeing him play, and I'm so glad he's making a difference damn near every time he steps out. So that's dope. And the last rating, real quick, Ghost, I'm gonna give it to you. Mikel Arteta, first game of the season. What do you rate him?
I give him a solid 8.5. We got the dub at the end of the day. You had a player get injured, which first game of the season, I can't lie, that's probably not in your mind. Like, it's a possibility, but you're not thinking first day of the season like you're gonna get injury. So you had to adapt for that change. Bring on Tomiyasu. It's a whole different dynamic. Him and Timber are two different players, and despite making that change, and the unexpected injury, bro, we still came out on top. And I feel like I will be honest, there was a moment where I thought that Nottingham Forest were going to do it because they had an intensity, but I feel like because of how burnt out they were from the first half, that little moment of brilliance, they probably just said for the next 10 or 15, let's give it all we got and see what we can do. But it just wasn't. We broke up
the game very well, and again, a lot of that was down to HAVERTZ, Trossard for breaking up the game, spreading the play, and just keep holding it down. Declan Rice as well was involved in that. So yeah, solid stuff. 8.5.
I would have given him a 9. But he didn't bring on Jorginho.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. The agenda. Let the agendas run. He'll bring him on this season. Don't worry. He'll bring him on, man. But don't worry. Let us know what you thought of the game and your ratings and your comments in the comment section below, man. Talk to us, man. The season just started. It's a beautiful time. Listen, we're just getting started here. It's going to be a long season. There's going to be content post matches. Going to be some dope content outside of the matches that we have yet to, do in post. But keep your eyes peeled on the channel for all that dope stuff coming. You might even see some FIFA content because the FIFA's coming, and hopefully they don't patch it to hell. So I might drop something on y'all. But in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? We're moving on to the next game. I don't even know what the next game is. I have no idea, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I'm just enjoying life. 3 points in the bag. COYG. Thank you to Ghostin. Thank you to Timo. Please check them out in the comment section below. Without further ado, that's all I got for this video, but don't trip. We'll catch you in the next one. COYG.